Okay, I thought I'd make this video and kind of give an overview of what we're doing here. Now, the kind of panels that I make are called glass on glass, and I use silicone to encapsulate the cells, 100% silicone. So what that does is it makes a really tight panel, okay? And they should last, I don't know, 50, 100 years maybe. Silicone lasts a long time. And the 186 Kester flux, liquid flux. I got more details in other videos. So anyway, these are frameless, glass on glass. You'll see in the other videos what they're like, but they're really good. Really good solar panels. You'd pay a lot of money to buy those. And kind of got my groove on a little bit. Helps to turn the soldering station on. Is it on? No. Anyway. Yeah, I was watching on YouTube. There's this girl. She's got this video on making tabbing cells and making a solar panel. And it's the most convoluted way of doing this that I've ever seen. 600,000, almost 700,000 views. And I'm thinking, does she have this many views because, you know, people want to learn, or does she have this many views because people are, you know, sharing this video because they can't believe what she's doing? So she's got like a little tub of flux over here, and she's using a soldering gun. And it's just unbelievable. And she's making these little 3x6 cells, and I can't believe that she's actually even built a panel. Maybe she built one, but man, using a soldering gun to tab cells, she'd have to have Popeye arms after, like, you know, a few panels. Anyway, I just thought I'd relate that because it just blows my mind. You can find it if you look for it. All right, are we hot? You gotta have a little solder, you know. Gotta have a little solder. So, anyway, to get back to these panels, yeah, they're top notch. You can't. Most of the panels out there don't even compare because they'll all. Oops, I forgot to pick up the girlfriend. And so these are going to be really good panels. And this is, you know, doing this, people say, well, is it worth it, you know, making your own panels versus buying them? And it's not just the money. I mean, this is, you know, doing this shit is kind of, see, I'm a lot faster now than I was in my other videos because I've been tabbing some cells. Anyway, that kind of screwed up there. I mean, this is kind of therapeutic to do this. You can, like, I listen to these, I found this new, great. I found this new site called Knowledge for Men. It's got some really good stuff on it. What did I just say? I was getting really good at this? Anyway. So I listen to that while I'm doing this, because this doesn't take any thought whatsoever. And I get a lot of satisfaction out of tabbing these. Gotta pick up the girlfriend. I mean, it's something that you built with your own hands, and when it's done, and you're building quality stuff, it's not bullshit. And what's really nice, this is what I really enjoy the most, is watching my electric bill go down. Because I'm running, what am I running? I'm running I like to store a lot of food, so I'm running, I have 5 freezers going, or 6 refrigerators. 1, 2, 3, 4 freezers and 2 refrigerators. So I have noticed my electric bill going down. I'm making short ones. I already got all the long ones. So you gotta stop there, because the road's out, don't you know? And so yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, this knowledgeformen.com site is really good. They got a lot of, the guy puts out, he interviews all these people, like, I'm talking like owners of billion-dollar businesses, and he just, I guess he just gets them on his show, and they talk about how they did it, what their advice is for people, and it's really, really interesting. He's got these podcasts that are free, and anyway, check it out, knowledgeformen.com. I mean, a lot of that stuff applies to women too, so I go over this in one of my other videos. This is kind of just like an overview type of video, and I just got to be doing something while I'm doing it. Yeah, baby. You're starting to look good. What else? I got some notes here. Let's see what else we got to talk about. Oh yeah, glass. Let's talk about glass. Because I use a lot of glass. Oh, when you put these in your caddy, put them upside down like this, and keep the dust off the face of it. And, glass shops, I mean, they're replacing windows and doors and shit. And then they bring that stuff back to the shop, and I found this one glass guy, actually through another guy that was remodeling a house, and I was going to pick up his plastic shit. The patio doors. He had some patio doors, and that's what for my main panel I use a sliding to standard size 34 by 76 inches. So anyway, he turned me on to this glass shop, and this guy's got glass stored in the back like up the ass, man. And he had these double paned doubles of 76 by 34, just the size I needed. And I couldn't find any glass. I was on Craigslist and everything. Anyway, he was just going to give them to me, I said, no. So I gave him like, what did I give him? I think $40. I mean, Where's my wave? Where's my wave? There it is. So, I got these, And then he's got all this other glass. And you know, the panels that I build are glass on glass, so I need the tempered for the front, and the you know, the back has to be glass. It's 1/8 inch. There's two different width thicknesses on windows. There's like 1/8 inch and or single strength, and then there's double strength. You know. So anyway, the single strength is plenty, and so yeah, you gotta find a glass shop, and I mean, there's all sorts of stuff they do. They just throw it in the dumpster, you know. And like this thing here, okay, this is 1/4 inch glass. This is free. I made my tabbing station. And I mean, I make all sorts of other shit out of glass too, like that string, my string soldering thing, jig. That's out of mirrored glass. Hey, when it's going, it'll just slide. If it doesn't slide easy, then you got the angle of the dangle wrong. So yeah, you got to make friends with a glass company. Or more than one, because glass is fucking expensive. It's like $4 a square foot now, if not more, depending on where you're at. But yeah, $4 a square foot, and I'm getting it. You know, all my glass is free. So yeah, it really helps to make friends with those. Oh, here's a funny story. I go into this glass shop one time, and there's this guy working. He's like really concentrating, you know, on something. And I walk up to him. It's a shop. I walk in the back where the shop is, and there's a bunch of other guys in there. And I walk up to him and says, "Hey, I got a real important question to ask you." He goes, "What is it?" And I go, "What's up?" You know, he yelled at him. He fucking jumped. And the other guys around, you know, around the shop, they started laughing. I felt kind of bad afterwards. I mean, shit, I scared this guy. And but anyway, every time I go back there, they laugh and they remember that. Shit, why am I doing that one? This is the one. And so that was pretty funny. That poor guy. So anyway, this is how you do it. This is how I found to do it, and it works really, really well. And it goes pretty fast. I mean, what else are you going to do? You're going to watch TV? I mean, TV is such a waste. TV's a opiate. It's a drug, man. People waste so much time on TV. And Facebook and the internet and all this other bullshit. So, we're all junkies, you know that? We're all fucking... Oh, that was really great. Now what did I do? I was just going to show you guys how good I got at this shit. I'm doing nothing but fucking up. Maybe I'm just tired. Wow, look at that. It's just coming off. I don't know why. That's really weird. I'm gonna lift this up. I've never had to lift one up like this. Why are you doing this, baby? I did flux you, right? Let's try again. Maybe I'm just not at the right angle. I got something weirded out. I don't know why, but the back is always harder than the front. It just is. I don't know why. It's the same shit. It's white shit, right? Silver. Silvery stuff. For some reason, the back is always tougher than the front. There we go, I got a nice wave now. Go pick up the girlfriend. Alright. I timed myself before when I took a long break where I wasn't doing this. I was waiting on materials, and when I started again, I timed myself and it was like 4.5 minutes per cell. But I think I'm getting it less than that. Not that it really matters. Damn, this one's really being a bitch. Either that or I'm just not. Alright, another good cell. Cool jewel, baby. What else? Where's my list? Where's my list? Yeah, glass shop. Oh, I'm gonna make a video on cutting glass. Soldering iron file, soldering station. I cover most of this in the other videos. You don't need surgical gloves. Don't use fucking silver solder. Use 6040 rosin core. Normal. Oh, use 2mm tabbing wire. There's some 1.5mm out there, but use the 2mm. Don't use that 1.5mm bullshit. And cells. Okay, if you're gonna make solar panels, don't screw around with these 3x6. I mean, if you're gonna do production, if you're gonna make an array, okay, where you're gonna make like, I don't know, 18, 20 panels. Do not screw around with these 3x6s because you'll do twice the work. And the other thing you should do is don't use poly cells. Use the mono cells because they do better in the heat and they're better, period. These are mono. This is a mono cell, and you can tell because they have a cut. Okay, polys are all nice and square. The monos have a cut because they actually cut them off of a crystal. So they have corners, which is kind of cool because when you're laying out your panels, you got little diamonds that you can put your tape on. I cover all that in all these other videos, so no big deal. What else? 6x6. Yeah, you can get them on eBay. There's a guy, I think a guy in Canada, still selling sealed boxes, like a box of stack, for like, I don't know, $160 or something stupid. Less than $1 a cell. They say, well, how they measure it, dollar per watt. So, I mean, dollars per watt. So that's like 25 cents a watt for at least the cell part of it. I mean, you have like tabbing wire costs and bus wire. But the way I make them, you don't need epoxy. That epoxy is expensive as shit. So you just use silicone. And so you save a bunch of money there. I mean, these panels are like, the value with the glass on glass is like, I don't know, like $300 maybe a panel. I don't know what the costs are. All the major companies are going glass on glass. Well, I read that anyway. I don't know, on their, maybe their top of the line panels, their 30-year panels or 40-year panels. And I don't know if they use silicone. Maybe they use epoxy too. I don't know. So I haven't really figured out what my cost is. See, when it's doing this, sticking, that means you're not, the angle of your dangle isn't right. Oh, there we go. See, look at that. Nice and smooth. But, anyway, what else? I already told my jokes in another... Oh yeah, here's a joke. What do you call a black astronaut? Run this joke by people and they go, you know, they won't know what they say. And you go, an astronaut, you racist son of a bitch. Somebody told me that joke. That's funny. I hate this. But anyway, once you get a rhythm down, you get going on this, it goes pretty fast. You'll be surprised how much you can get done. Damn it, I'm hanging up on here on something, and I hate that. Because I just bought this PTZ camera and it's sitting over there in the way. There we go, that's upside down. Yeah, it goes pretty fast. You'd be surprised. I built my battery house out of rock, and you know, I build these things and you do these things, and then when it's done, you look back and you go, holy shit, if I had to do that again, no fucking way, you know. Oh, I gotta do something about that, Jesus. Don't fight with shit. It's like, you know you gotta do something, and you go, I should do this, and something else is like stopping you, you know. You're like you don't want to get out of bed or some bullshit like that. You've got like 3 seconds. And just take care of it. You know, don't fuck around. Just do it. There's your ego that's going to sit there inside of you and it's going to go, nah, you don't have to do that. Do it tomorrow, blah, 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 blah. Tell it to shut the fuck up and just do what you got to do, you know. We know what we need to do. You know, it's not like we don't know what we're supposed to do. But we got our ego, the monster inside of us that is trying to hold us back. I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, with that camera. I'm fucking around with that thing. The thing hangs up like 3 times. What I should have done before I move it, what I should have done is just move it the first time, you know. As soon as it does that, just do it. Take care of it. And you gotta train yourself to do that shit.